Paul Reed says he loved the Powers of Pain episode. Is there another late 80s tag team that you'd like to cover?
See, we already did the Bushwhackers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to do it, but if there was a way to kind of get into the Hot Stuff International.
Oh yeah,
with the Dipshits, and then Robbie Rexsteiner and Sting, Jack Victory, Eddie, obviously, the Libyan Keith. That was just a great crew. That was a great crew, with the exception of Dipshit, who wasn't there for long.
Doug Ritter wants to know, do you have any good stories or memories with Jimmy Miranda?
Jimmy, man, look, Jimmy handled our merchandise on the road and couldn't have been a nicer guy. He just was one of those people that, look, there are people that you can give an assignment to, and you know that assignment will happen. It's just, hey, will you get this prescription refilled for me? You know what? Next time I walk in here, that prescription will be filled. No questions asked. Jimmy Miranda was that kind of guy. Jimmy Miranda was, hey, Jimmy, we need green mats tomorrow night in Florence, Alabama. But we're in Arizona. You'll be fine. It'd get done. That was the kind of guy Jimmy Miranda was. He was a doer. He was someone who was able to go out and get things done and didn't take no for an answer. And he had solutions. He never had a problem. Always had solutions. Great guy, sorely missed.
Fun question here from Steve. He says, as Brother Love, did anyone ever go off script to the point where you had to improvise and change the direction of the segment in order to redirect the talent?
Oh, tons of times.
Yeah.
Lots of times. Where I would just take over and not give him the mic back and do the promo and then get one last line from them and move on.
Can you give me an example? I'd love to go back and watch one of those.
Oh, God. Dino Bravo, the Rougeaus. I'm giving you French-Canadian people. Obviously, Ron Bass. But so much of it, a lot of it, was either reshot. You won't see it.
Oh, I see. I see.
Because it was all edited.
Got it.
It was edited to be perfect. So there were just a lot of guys. Valentine and Honky. You know, so they didn't want to do the gimmick, so I had to do everything around them. Just different people, different times, being upset, being mad at Vince. And so I'm going to be mad at Vince, so I'm going to go and screw something up that I can fix in tape. Okay, go ahead. You know, it's all right. It doesn't matter.
Terrell Lewis is with us. He says, what's the storyline that Bruce has been part of, either in front of or behind the camera, that he's most proud of? If it's an old one, I'd love to know why. If it's current, no details needed. As a longtime fan, he used to get a call from Bruce every time I bought a t-shirt. Just to know he's still contributing and having fun is enough.
I think going back and being part of WrestleMania 5 and the build of the Mega Powers exploding.
Yeah.
I know I sound like a broken record whenever I say that, but it was so fulfilling to put this story together and to have it come to fruition. And nobody got it till it was time for them to get it. And the talent involved were great. The story was on point. And I just, that was one of my favorites. I think the Undertaker Kane storyline. Brother versus brother was tremendous. Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker, WrestleMania 25. Even though I didn't get to finish it out, I thought that was a great, great story. Vince and Hogan. Never thought I'd get to see that, and was able to talk egos into it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of them that were fun.
Michael Shootman says, was there ever any interest from Vince for Scott Norton? That's interesting. I mean, I think of him as almost like maybe a bigger Jim Neidhart. He's only 6 years younger than Neidhart, but why was Scott Norton never on Vince's radar, or was he?
I don't know that Scott Norton ever made any desire to be a part of us. So I can't answer that question. Never discussed with me.
Were you a fan of Scott Norton?
Big fan.
Yeah.
Well, here's why I like Scott Norton. Scott Norton was real. Scott was the kind of guy that you would walk up to and, you know, like Ron Simmons, man, he's non-fuckable with.
Yes.
One of the nicest gentlemen I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. And I didn't meet him until he was out of the business, and same for me, really. But I thought he was a super nice guy, but he was a legit badass, and you believed it. And maybe he wasn't, I don't know, but I sure as hell took him as one.
Had you convinced? Yeah. Quincy Charles says, Bruce, I heard a rumor back in the 90s about The Undertaker, something about a character change, about him being an angel type character. Any truth to that rumor? I mean, I know you did Mordecai, but like, that's not the same thing.
Yeah. No, Quincy, you're in rumors.
All right.
Stop reading shit.
Kevin Ford says, what's one unreleased match or event you want to see on the WWE YouTube page upload? The WWE Vault YouTube page has been pretty active lately, Bruce. A couple of weeks ago, we got a never before seen Omni show from Jim Crockett Promotions in 1987. Earlier this week, they uploaded some matches of Mortis in the WWE, not Mortis in WCW, but Canyon doing the Mortis gimmick in WWE. We've seen CM Punk play an old Road Warriors clip and Drew McIntyre play an old Nasty Boys clip. Lots of fun stuff on the WWE Vault page on YouTube. Is there one hidden gem like that was never released you'd like to see be made public?
Just more Terry Funk and Dusty Rhodes, early Florida.
We're going to close it with
a sucking dog.
I'm count me in. I'm for all that. Mitchell Barnett says, Bruce, why do you feel Rick Rude doesn't get his rightful credit with being a founding member of DX? It seems like whenever DX is mentioned in documentaries and the history of WWE, that Rude's part in the iconic group is either largely ignored or overlooked completely. Why is this, in your opinion?
My opinion, because he walked out right in the middle of it and appeared on the other competition show same night. No notice, no nothing. And we took him with no notice, no nothing. And we took him without a contract, and we had a handshake and a verbal agreement, and he went back on that. So that's why.